Hello friends, I am from Fun Learning and today I'll explain to you chapter number 5 coal and petroleum very well so that all your doubts will be cleared and you will remember any question in 1 second. I will teach you in such a way that you will know all the questions of the test, and if you think that this video is good, then do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Now let's start the lesson explanation. We use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. Activity 1. Make a list of various materials used by us in daily life and classify them as natural and man-made. Does this list include air, water, soil and minerals? Well, these are obtained from nature. They are called natural resources. Can we use all our natural resources forever? Think about it. Can air, water, and soil be exhausted by human activities? Is water a limitless resource? Well, in the light of the availability of various resources in nature, natural resources can be broadly classified into two kinds. First, inexhaustible natural resource. These resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Examples are sunlight, air, water, etc. Second, exhaustible natural resources. The amount of these resources in nature are limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Examples of these resources are forests, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. etc. Activity 2. It is a group activity. Take some containers, fill them with popcorn, peanuts, roasted gram, toffees, etc. Divide students into groups of 7 each. Further divide each group into 3 subgroups containing 1, 2 and 4 students. Label them as first, second and third generation respectively. These subgroups represent the consumers. As population is growing, second and third generations have larger number of consumers. Put one full container for each group on a table. Ask consumers of the first generation from each group to consume eatables from the container of their group. Now ask the second generation consumer from each group to do the same. Ask students to observe carefully the availability of eatables in each container. If something is left in the containers, then ask third generation from each group to consume it. Now, finally observe whether all the consumers of the third generation got the eatables or not. Also, observe if anything is still left in any of the containers. Assume that the eatables in the container represent the total availability of an exhaustible natural resource like coal, petroleum, or natural gas. Each group may have a different consumption pattern. Are the earlier generations of any group too greedy? The answer is it may be. That the earlier generations in some groups were concerned about the coming generations and left something for them. In this lecture, we'll learn about some exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. These were formed from the dead remains of the living organisms, fossils, so these are all known as fossil fuels. Now we'll talk about coal. You may have seen coal or heard about it. It is as hard as stone and is black in color. Coal is one of the fuels used to cook food. Earlier, it was used in railway engines to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Where do we get coal from? The answer is about 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forests in low lying areas. Due to natural processes like flooding, these forests got buried under the soil. As more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. The temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper. Under high pressure and high temperature, dead plants got slowly converted to coal. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Since it was formed from the remains of the vegetation, coal is also a fossil fuel. When heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. Coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, and coal gas. So let's begin with coke. It is a tough, porous, and black substance. It is an almost pure form of carbon. Coke is used in the manufacture of steel and in the extraction of many metals. So let's come to the next topic, coal tar. It is a black, thick liquid with an unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of about 200 substances. Products obtained from coal tar are used to starting materials for manufacturing various substances used in everyday life and in industry, like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfume, plastic, paint, photographic material, roofing material, etc. Interestingly, naphthalene balls used to repel moths and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in the place of coal tar for metaling the roads. Now let's come to the coal gas. Coal gas is obtained during the process of coal to get coke. It is used as a fuel in many industries situated near the coal processing plants. Coal gas was used for street lighting for the first time in London in 1810 and in New York around 1820. Nowadays, it is used as a source of heat rather than light.